We're live.
Probably.
Oh, probably. Let me get the link. HX Radio. This is not year 2 Super Bowl. We're gonna have to edit that real quick.
Oh yeah.
Just like we
Oh,
did
yeah.
last time.
Hello, Father.
Did I get tripped up? I don't know. You know what I mean. Alright, jeez. Milky, shouldn't you be, like, doing this shit for me? Where's Bryce?
Bryce!
Bryce!
Ah, damn it,
God
Bryce.
damn it.
Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby. Squeeze me. Probably the link. Where's the damn fucking link? The channel.
Link for what?
Probably? I don't know.
The podcast? There it is.
Oh, are we on too right now?
Probably?
We should.
Probably should be on.
Probably?
Oh yeah, we are live.
Okay. So I hate that like every time someone like wants to rewatch a podcast like another time after it was live, they have to go through like 10 minutes of us just talking to each other before it's actually started. Like every time. Like sometimes I go back and just see how it was.
Every time.
Every time we have to go back and it's just really annoying. We just start doing that. I need some food, but I don't know. What do I get? What do I make? Pizza.
Please stop at it.
At league off.
All right, we're live. Trevor, we've got your slide pulled up here. Your favorite LO
1 second.
member, aka the only LO member. I don't know why people talk in the YouTube comments. Because I could put the YouTube comments up on screen. Should I do that? That'd be kind of hot.
That would be kind of hot. Just a little hot.
Okay, I'll put them up on the screen. I think I have them here. I don't have the right link.
Okay. Are we is it posted now?
It's
live?
posted. Llama Beans is
okay.
watching. Yeah.
Llama Beans is watching?
Whole league's
Nice.
watching now.
Oh god.
I hope
Kind
your
of nervous.
presentation was good.
Nah, I gotta back out. I gotta redo this. I can't. Nah, guys, we're
We're
at to call it off. I don't know if I can. I just got butterflies, you know.
Okay.
What's the RN Llama Beans?
Llama Beans is a real one. Too bad we're taking his draft picks next year.
Because he tanked this year to help out Rabble. We know about your
Exactly.
collusion.
Disgusting, honestly. Okay, if YouTube could load, I'm trying to load up Tommy the broadcast so I can see what the fuck we're doing. Unfortunately, my MacBook Pro isn't very fast. So, come on.
Come on, Tommy. You can figure out the comments. You can do it.
I got it.
You got it? So we're just waiting on me for it to load up, basically.
Basically.
What
Damn,
do you need
bro.
it to load up for?
We got Trevor instead of Wealthy. The people are kind of hating.
Kind of.
I basically don't want you on here.
Are they hating? Damn.
I think
Is that what
so.
they're saying?
I mean, we've got live chat replay on the screen right now.
I'm for the people.
Okay, I'll pull it up my phone because the MacBook's fucked. Okay.
Should I put Discord chat on the video too, so we can see live Discord chat? That'd be kind of hot too.
Well, wouldn't you?
I
Yeah.
mean, you
That-
do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. All right, you ready?
I've
What's
been
up?
ready. I've been sitting here with my dick out for 10 minutes now.
That's kind of hot.
Okay. Interesting. If I fucking... Can I mute this?
What I'm saying is anything happening?
We're waiting on Trevor. This is his presentation.
Yeah, I know, because I'm trying to, like... The only
Got
problem is,
complaints,
god damn it,
if you
I'm
ask
trying to
me.
click on something. Yeah, you're right. Because my laptop is so slow.
Can't even pull up a PowerPoint?
No, it's because it's pretty fucking slow, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Points are
Okay.
being docked as we go.
I know. I can hear that. If it was just fucking loading, oh my god, that's nice.
What do you need to load?
Because I can't see the PowerPoint. I can't see it. You know.
Why can't you see the PowerPoint?
You know.
Because it's not loaded. It's not loading up.
Wow, Rejects 2021 off-season recap. A presentation by your favorite LO member.
Okay. Yeah.
Fallen.
I know. Okay. You can go. I know. The thing is, I can't really
Next
read any
slide.
of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Next
So next slide. Next slide.
The Miami mix-up.
Oh yeah. So basically, just talking about Goldmorg's team and like everything he's done. You know. So what's the first bullet point? Because I can't see anything.
All right. So Goldmorg had the number. He tanked for the #1 overall pick.
Tanked.
Tanked. Yes.
Voila! Wow, would you look at that? I can see it now. Fantastic.
Okay, good. These colors don't look good on the stream, so.
Okay, they don't?
Yeah.
They look fantastic to me, so that's very unfortunate.
I'd rather probably shit in my hands and clap.
Oh, you got that right.
I'd rather shit in my hands and clap than look at this picture. But go on.
Okay, so, Goldmore traded away the first overall pick, and he got back the 3rd, the 35th. He got back value. You could say it might not be worth it considering, Trevor Lawrence is there, but he got back a lot of players, and for those players, I mean, he picked up Darius Leonard. Let's see, he got a 3rd rounder, and he got next year's first from the Ravens, which could be easily top 10 again. And he used all those other picks he acquired to get Terrell Edmonds, Dante Pettis, and Marcus. He signed Marcus Mariota to a 3-year, $29 million deal, which isn't horrible. It's kind of a decent contract.
He signed Mitch Trubisky too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Yeah, and that was interesting. But I mean, they're all on cheap contracts, so he could theoretically just like cut one. I mean, as long as he didn't give him. I know he gave Mariota all bonus, but if Trubisky doesn't turn out, he could always cut him or trade him in a couple years. But
yeah, he has a whole thing full of guaranteed money, 10 million.
Yep.
So that makes him. He's gonna have to eat all of it should he decide to cut him. Now the Mitch Trubisky deal's interesting because he signed him for like $3 million bonus a year. And basically, if he trades him, he's going to eat $10 million, and you get a quarterback for 4 years, $500K. So he's definitely trying to trade him after, for whatever reason, Mitch Trubisky is.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a smart move though. To if you're just trying to trade him a couple years, it's not even worth having him on the roster. Then he's taking up he might be paid a good contract for a quarterback, but it's still a quarterback on your roster that you're paying, which is not it's not cheap.
$3 million is cheap though for a backup.
Is it only $3 million a year?
Yeah.
Is that really it?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. I didn't even know how that was 41 points. To
be honest with you, that's
because it was all
Trubisky's
guaranteed
worth
money
these days.
It was all guaranteed money. So.
Oh yeah, that's cheese. The only problem with that is he wants to get rid of any of them. He's not gonna be able to. So,
Yeah, he's gonna have to
but
eat
I
10
mean,
million in dead money.
so I guess the only problem with those signings is, that's the ceiling. Those guys aren't really going to develop anymore.
Yeah, he's
It's
basically stuck with the Bears, or
yeah,
a team like
I will.
the
Yeah,
Bills. They're quarterback
he's
away.
built a very good roster. It's just quarterback.
he is.
How many times have we seen a very good roster be held back by quarterback play?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's I don't know if you punting away probably the greatest quarterback process, quarterback prospect. Jeez, I can't speak tonight.
Since
Uh,
Andrew Luck?
yeah,
Yeah,
easily.
or
Yeah,
Peyton Manning maybe. I mean, honestly, I mean everyone knows he's solid. I mean, the Dolphins knew he was solid, but he wanted to capitalize off the hype around Trevor Lawrence. So I mean, it really just comes down to like what you would prefer, a star quarterback or a roster. And I guess if you're like a lower tier user, you're not as like like equipped to.
One thing I will say, a great quarterback can hide a weaker roster's weaknesses, but a great roster cannot hide a weak quarterback.
It's very true. I mean, once Marcus Mariota starts missing throws to an open Dante Pettis, then what are you gonna do?
And then he
You know.
puts in Mitch Trubisky, and he does the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
We'll see,
honestly,
though. We'll
it's
see.
tough.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Next slide.
Next slide.
ooh, the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, well, speaking of this pick, this is Baltimore had the number 2 overall pick, and we actually have, or was Baltimore the number 3 overall pick, third overall? I
They
can't
had
remember.
number
They're
three,
number
I
three
believe.
overall, and they moved down.
Nice, nice. They no.
They moved
Remember,
up. They
one
moved
of
up.
them
They
they
moved up.
moved
Because I
up.
forgot because they have fourth as well. Yeah, because they have the fourth overall as well. So they moved up to first. Yeah. So they
Damn.
gave up all those picks for Trevor Lawrence.
I would have
But if you ask
definitely
me,
asked for third, and I would have definitely asked for third and fourth for first.
yeah, no,
Easy.
I would have too.
Yeah.
Um,
Rather
it's kind
than
of a
just
steal that he
third.
didn't. Yeah.
Wow. That really isn't even that close on value.
No,
He'll be first next
it's
year.
not. I mean, giving up only. I mean, you're going up two spots, which seems like like yeah, that's a lot of value for two spots. When you're talking about Trevor Lawrence here, I mean, honestly, this is worth it. I mean, he should have given up more value to be honest. If I was the Dolphins, because I mean, Trevor Lawrence is going to be the greatest QB prospect in our league, like throughout the entire span of it.
I'll say it now. He'll be the greatest QB prospect our league has ever seen.
Until
Yeah,
next year when he's in the first round, or he's in
yeah,
the first
yeah,
draft. Like,
yeah. No, for
Yeah.
sure. No one else in the
Until
draft.
Madden 21. Yeah.
That's a fact right there. I mean, he still has the fourth overall pick. Like he can do a lot of stuff with that pick. I've heard reports that he might be looking at Micah Parsons, maybe Rondell Moore. Either of those players would help a lot. If he gets Rondell Moore, but he's going to pair with Hollywood Brown. That's just it's incredible speed. That's like a milky offense right there, and it's going to help out Trevor Lawrence. But if he gets Micah Parsons, it's going to help out. The defense is going to be just 10 times too. And he's just done a lot with this roster. Picked up Golden Tate,
not a bad
which
pickup
is
there. It's
no.
it's a 1 or 2 year thing.
Nice veteran receiver to add to a young
Yeah,
receiving core.
he's got superstar, right? So he can mix it
He
up.
does.
He can mix it up in there.
A little bit
He's
of juice left in him.
he's actually pretty speedy for an older guy. I mean, he's still got like what 89 speed, and he was my returner last year, and he kind of like goes off. He's got some speed to him. He's a good short route receiver, and if Trevor Lawrence is gonna be dumping it down and getting used to the offense, Golden Tate's probably be a primary target for him. Let's see. The Baltimore Ravens also made a trade this offseason. They traded not only Golden Tate, but they traded for and got the Lorenzo Carter from the Giants for a second and a fourth, which you could say is a high asking price for Lorenzo Carter. But at the same time, the Ravens could put this guy at edge or off the linebacker. He's going to find a role in this offense in either of this position, and they can just move him around anywhere. And with his 91 speed, he's going to be a force in the field. And he's pretty comparable to Micah Parsons in the draft. So not as good, I don't think. But if they can get Micah Parsons, that's two really speedy guys, and the field's going to be covered completely.
And there, did they get John Johnson, or was that just?
They
No,
did
they got
sign
John
John
Johnson.
Johnson this week. Yes, they did.
Yep.
Okay, nice. So, I mean, he's not the fastest, but he's a playmaker. So you
That's
can
true.
do a lot worse
Put him
than
in the
him.
box.
With all these moves the Ravens making, they could be a candidate for a worst to first candidate.
Well,
You
yeah, I
never
think
know.
that's easily one of our weakest divisions so far.
Mm-hmm.
Rabble isn't too strong himself. Storm's all right, but like, how good are they? You can't really tell how good they are, to be honest with you. And then their new buddy, Z-Storm is Rabble's boy, so I mean, you can win that division. All you have to do is just not play like an idiot.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milky, you have any comments about the second round pick for Chandler Jones? That's your trade right there.
The only thing I'll say about is from my perspective is just it's a youth movement in Arizona, so we were trying to get as much value as we could rather than waiting another year and maybe only being able to get a third for him.
It's like
It
the
was
Bill
a
Belichick philosophy. It's
Yeah, it
like
was
get rid of him.
trade him a year too early rather than a year too.
Okay, I can respect that. The only thing I could probably counter that is without having another star pass rusher, your defense might lack a little in that aspect. So
We'll figure
you
it
better
out.
hope you can pick one up. Okay,
We'll figure
all
it
right.
out.
But it's a good pickup for Baltimore. I mean, a second round pick. That was like the second overall in the second round. So I mean
It
that's
was the Rams' second round pick. It
oh, it
was like
was.
mid second, yeah.
Okay, that's even better. You know, a mid second for Chandler Jones is instantly going to help this defense. And Lamar Jackson, they get that second rounder right back by
I will
trading
say,
away Lamar
I will
Jackson.
say, Trevor Lawrence is going to be an immediate upgrade over Lamar Jackson, unless he throws a curveball and takes Fields, which if he does
He
that, we're
could.
kicking from the league.
Never
Yeah, I mean,
know.
a player flip. Imagine he basically just flipped Lamar Jackson for Chandler Jones, which is pretty good if you ask me. And I would do that any day of the week.
And I'm not mad about it. I get to face Lamar twice a year.
All right, Tommy, we'll move to the next slide.
Got it. We're gonna move to the next slide now. QB carousel. Jeez.
Oh yeah. So I think an
Who
honest joke
cares?
about this year
That might be
was
an
the
understatement.
I think the joke about this year, the fact all these quarterbacks that everyone's complaining about just ended up going to free agency or getting traded, and now they just rotated teams to people who are already complaining about their quarterback. You know, the Rams guy couldn't stand Goff, lets him go. Patriots
And then
actually.
he gets a quarterback that's 13.
12-point
Yeah, yeah.
downgrade.
A 12-point
Mhm.
downgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And just the Bengals, they didn't really have a quarterback at all. They kind of Stormy took over that team with no quarterback in sight. And he got Kirk Cousins, which is he's a
He's
decent
not
pickup, and now
bad. He's not bad
Better
at
he's
all.
on a
than
good contract.
better than Case Keenum.
No, I agree with that for sure. He's gonna help out Stormy and get him some wins this year. I don't know about Bowden signing Ben Roethlisberger. Oh shit, I forgot to
It's
put the
weird.
contracts on.
It was
Uh,
either him or Gardner Minshew. It was like a 65, so I think that was a good pickup.
Yeah, but if you look at Ben's stats, they're just awful. He just regressed so badly. Maybe he can get regression fixed, maybe, but I'm not sure about that. His stats weren't great last year. I think the worst signing out of all these was the Cowboys not even trying any of the quarterbacks. Maybe,
I think that
but
was a product of the Cowboys having not much cap.
well, remember
yeah.
the Cowboys don't have. Basically, instead of paying Dak Prescott, they're paying Jadeveon Clowney. So.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you rather try to trade someone like Zeke or Byron Jones or to actually get a quarterback, be able to sign one?
Mm, Byron Jones, I think he can move, but I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
he
he's going to
can.
rely heavily on the run game this year, is what this move tells me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a feed Zeke year.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know if Teddy Bridgewater's the guy. It's so really not going to develop like what 27, 28. I mean, it's really like it's kind of heartbreaking the fact that you have that stack roster and
The
it's gonna.
Lions have RG3. Hold up. Oh yeah, some people are. The Chargers haven't made a move at quarterback either. They have a 67 Steven, the Colorado.
Montez.
There you go.
Um, I mean, yeah, the Chargers haven't made any moves for free agency. They haven't
No.
done anything. I mean, is he dead?
Uh, they got a loaded roster. They got to keep their guys intact. You do what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, but at some point, I mean, not even like backups are getting signed, so it makes you wonder. I mean, Dolphins signed Trubisky, Mary. Like we already talked about that. A little
Yeah,
weird.
that's a head scratcher.
Yeah, it
You're
is a little
you're
weird, but
strapped to both of them.
He's also the same guy that signed like 10 kickers.
I guess you're not wrong.
But again, that's why he's the GM of the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh, Charger just
We'll go.
said
We'll go with
in the
that one.
chat. He said, "I signed no one. Got to save my 18 million." I mean, 1-year deals are a thing. You can do that.
Respectable. Respectable.
All right, Tom, you want to hit the
Carson
next line?
Palmer's still out there if he needs a quarterback, I think.
Oh, you
That's
got
true.
your blockbuster trades. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Wee woo, wee woo. That kind of
Yes, sir.
blockbuster.
This year, a ton of blockbuster trades. Carson, the Cards trade David Johnson to the Colts second-round pick. The Colts got Marlon Mack to superstar dev, and they were actually developing really nicely. But Marlon Mack wanted the big contract. He just didn't think he was worth it at that overall, so he let him walk. And then he make a trade for David Johnson, which I think is a great move for the Colts. If you have that running game, and you can run with Marlon Mack and like a Naheem Hunt, do good with those guys. David Johnson's going to make it even better. So I think that's going to help take him to the next level for sure.
He was right there. He's one of the better teams in the AFC. Big move.
Yeah, it sure is. And he makes another trade here with he trades his 21st overall and Rock Ya-Sin, who's a like a second year, third year corner. Only progressed to 75. Edge Frank Clark, who's an 86, and having no pass rush last year for the Colts, that really killed them. They still had the top defense, but they had no pass rush, and that was pretty detrimental to them. So Frank Clark's actually going to give them something.
For me, I get you need pass rush, but I'm just not taking on Frank Clark's contract.
Yeah, Frank Clark is the highest paid defensive player in NFL history.
He's
Well,
unless your
the
name's
thing about
Khalil
that is,
Mack, or Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, I'm not taking on that contract.
I mean, the only thing about that is though, like if anyone's going to take it on, it's the Colts, and doesn't his contract end in a couple of years or a year or two? So
But
he
also
can
his thing,
restructure it.
Colts is strapped for cash now after these 2 deals.
Yeah.
He sure is, but I think he's happy with the he has. So if this is the move
It's
he
a
needed to get to the next level,
all-in type of deal, if you ask me.
oh yeah, sure is. Here we go. The infamous Wealthy Muffins trading Mike Evans, a 92 overall X Factor, to the Buffalo Bills for 2 firsts. And then they use those 2 picks to trade up to 2 second overall back down. But I think the most shocking thing about this trade is that the Buffalo Bills actually made something. When's the last time the Buffalo Bills made a splash trade?
That's not bad at all, though. It was a later first and a first next year. That's actually not, like, that seems pretty fair. It's not bad for the Bills that need a guy like that, and he'll be able to make some big plays for him.
I struggle to agree with you and all.
Well, I mean,
First, that's
think about it. I don't
I don't think
value
it's
late
worth
first
it.
round picks. They're not. I don't value it. And,
I don't think 2 firsts is. I
well,
don't agree with that deal. I don't agree with the Bills end of that deal, I should say.
I think it's decently fair. I mean, personally, the most I give it for Mike Evans is first and a second. That's
I
the
say
most
the
I give it for Mike
value's
Evans.
right, but
I don't know if it's the move to
I
make it
don't
for the
think
Bills.
personally
Yeah.
I'm not making that move.
Yeah, I don't think it's the move to make. I think he probably
Yeah,
was
no.
one of the only teams that actually made it, right? Like, I don't think there was much of anyone
Wealthy
that
was
was.
Wealthy was all around telling everyone he got offers for 2 firsts, but if you know who Wealthy is, that was straight cap. His sombrero was on when he was
Sombrero
telling.
was on.
Sombrero was on big time.
Oh yeah, he was going around the entire Discord whole
That's the
season.
shark mentality.
Oh yeah, it sure was. Let's see, another X Factor wide receiver traded. Bengals trade AJ Green, 88 overall, again third and sixth. Which this is probably one of the top trades. Old guy, so you're not going to be asking for much for AJ Green. But the Skins, give him the third and sixth, and they pick him an X Factor receiver matchup and Burn Man. So I think that's definitely
Right
a picker for them.
there.
Like it's definitely a move they had to make with that receiving if they want to continue.
Goldmore
They
ain't not
were
happy. He's not getting much respect.
Damn,
Damn.
tough. The Giants used the picks from the winners of Carter trade and acquired the Bengals corner Jackson, 85 overall. I thought this is a really good trade. From an
Of
objective.
course.
I mean, you dish a guy on your team that just couldn't. I mean, he was good, like edge, a little bit decent off ball, but like For real, he was a big impact player. I'd trade him and use those picks to get from Jackson, who's actually going to twice as and help me stop this man right here, Milky. Does 94
Probably.
speed, so that's not me
That's
out.
I
not
don't
bad.
think William
He
Jackson's
just
the
doesn't.
answer.
He just doesn't have a dev, dude. He won't play like guys with superstar devs.
It's tough that thing, but maybe he'll do something. You know,
He's better than. He's basically having two Marcus Peters, so.
Marcus Spears did okay for me, so
Well,
also has
now you're
94
gonna have
speed, so
two
there's
okay
that.
corners.
Better than nothing, I'd say.
Correct. It's better than
Um,
nothing, but I don't know if that's it. I think if you're gonna spend the money, you got to get someone that's a superstar, like a Darius Slay.
Unfortunately, Darius Slay was going to grow us hard the next year, and just I don't
Well,
know if he was.
how good do you want to be?
It's true. It's true. It's a good point.
Do you
But
want to spend the money to get the players that are gonna play better, or it's the age-old discussion, but.
well, I still
Age-old
have
discussion.
moves in the works for this season, so I gotta save my draft capital.
Okay, yeah. Have fun trying to move superstar players at the trade deadline. Now, next trade here, we've got Anthony Miller for the farm. Not too sure about this one. I understand Anthony Miller's got a superstar dev, but I think his superstar dev is like spin move or something. So
He doesn't
And he's
even
already
crack
like
an 80
28.
overall.
yeah, he's
So he
already.
has one of those devs. Keep that in mind. More than 80. So
Yeah, I mean he's probably gonna lose it next year anyway. So
But at the end of the day, it really makes sense for the Bears because they still don't have a quarterback on their roster.
still don't have a QB on the roster. I mean, just keep getting
Nope.
picks, man.
And have not made any
They didn't
offers
have the
to
money to
any
do it. They
free
had
agency.
negative cap room going into the season, so
I
It
mean,
is
I
what
guess if
it
we're not
is.
gonna
That's
use
what
him,
happens when
might as well trade him.
you pay a quarterback money.
Oh yeah, it is. They're still hurting from
very sad.
that contract. It's risky.
Well, maybe
Um,
eventually they'll get over the Khalil Mack deal here. He said he wants to waive around Khalil Mack.
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of takers for sure, including me.
Yeah, he
Well,
won't
I
have
mean,
any issues finding a home for
no,
him.
he will
no.
not.
I
No.
think Denver. I mean, I'll look into him for sure.
Shit, you think I won't?
I think a
Oh yeah.
swap for Bradley Chubb would be in order.
Okay.
Denied.
Well, I'm gonna
Fantasy
deny that
football
one.
trade.
So good luck with that.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll see.
All right.
I think you
So
could see Von Miller and Khalil Mack on the same team.
good luck
Unless the
paying
LO
those
doesn't
guys.
want, I don't have a quarterback to pay. I'm not paying my quarterback. Drew Lock is
Okay.
walking.
All right, whatever. You
Interesting.
can't trade him though. He's untradeable.
Mhm.
Darnold trade not on here. You're
I'll
right.
gift
I
him. I'll
forgot to
gift
put
him
it there,
to.
but it's mentioned.
I'll gift him
Darnold
to
trade
a
is mentioned later.
shitty user that can use him and then throw 50 picks with him and lose his dev. But next year, never mind. We'll off topic. Packers trade Josh Jackson. Not a bad corner. Josh Jackson just hasn't really progressed.
Steelers, if they have a weakness, it's probably secondary.
Oh yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
have
After
Minka
Josh
Fitzpatrick
Jackson,
in here.
it's Steven Nelson at 77. That's your corner.
yeah, and
So
Rabel's defense is all right. He doesn't really need incredible corners when he's got an enforcer. You don't need good
Two
corners.
thumpers in the middle of the defense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
it's
I
an
think
alright
it's a
move.
decent
It
trade.
helps him out.
And
It gives him a young corner, but then he's gonna have to pay him. So
it's an overpay though. It's definitely an overpay.
yeah, what
I mean,
second and a third?
yeah, it's a star dev 78 overall. He's gonna progress maybe a little more,
Maybe up to an 80
36
star.
overall,
He's
68.
basically Bryce Callahan.
Yeah.
Alrighty, is that it for this slide, Trevor?
Yeah. Next slide.
Free agent signing. Here we go. We had some big name guys hit the market. I kind of was looking at this, and I think a takeaway here, besides who's going where, is you can't keep everyone here. I think when you look at it, like you're gonna see guys like John Johnson and Leonard Fournette and other guys walking because I mean they just flat out can't pay them as people start building and paying young guys that are becoming star players. Like you're just not going to be able to keep guys forever. So I think as we keep this in mind, maybe you didn't sign anyone now, but that just means you're going to have cap later on when all these guys that make big splashes year 1 and 2 fuck all their cap up, Because
Yep.
just because they have cap, they spend it all. So don't get discouraged that you didn't go out and sign a 87-year-old free safety to $13 million a year, because you'll be paid $15 and $18 million the next one. Oh, we mentioned Marlon Mack earlier. When we didn't have it on text, but we were mentioning how that was the reason the David Johnson trade went down.
Yeah.
You want to talk about some of these signings?
I mean, I think Cam Hayward resigned with the Steelers. I mean, last game was probably was more likely to resign with the Steelers. Me and Miller attention for the trade. Both needed Cam Hayward, but in the end, he resigns back with the Steelers. Even though Rabble tried giving him edge money, which was stupid, but paying Cam Hayward like he's highest candidate. I mean, it's a decent signing. But Jordan Hicks signs with the Titans. You see down the list, John Brown was in free agency. A little younger than Jordan Hicks. Probably the
Not
same
bad.
player.
They're both the same player, pretty much.
Yeah,
Don't have
so
much
basically
block
he lets
shedding,
go
but
of
young, fast, decent cover guys. They'll help your defense out. They'll do pretty well. Surprised the Titans didn't re-sign him.
I think he said he forgot. He said he
Personally,
forgot.
I would rather have Jayon Brown than Jordan Hicks.
What's Jordan
Just
Hicks' block
from
shedding?
experience. Like a
They're
60.
both pretty bad, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Well,
Avery
they're both the
Williamson
same
isn't
player.
bad, though. He made a big move. He's an alright guy. He's not going to be a superstar. He doesn't have any devs or anything.
He's just a very solid player who's he's gonna be really good against the run.
Yeah, he'll be alright. He'll help. He adds talent to that Bengals roster that was gutted. But
And when Rabble's cheesing with James Conner,
yeah.
he'll be able to shut him down with Avery Williamson.
Yeah, maybe Avery
Yeah.
Williamson can stop the question is, can he stop the jet sweep?
Avery
I
Williamson
don't
has like
know.
solid stats.
It's all
all
about the
time.
setup, though.
Low key, a really good linebacker, and his contract he got paid pretty well, but it wasn't nothing horrible like he won with the Jets. So it's a bearable contract for a good player. Let's see, John Johnson, the Astro safety with 85 speed. He signs with the Ravens. I mean, he's a great player. Just playing at safety, he's just super slow. And he's not qualified enough to play at linebacker, so he's just an odd player.
He
you know?
played corner coming out of college. They tried him out as corner in the NFL, so you can try and move him to corner there.
Oh God, oh God. Just hope he presses the guy for like.
I don't know about all that.
Nah, I will tell you
speed
though,
is
if you do want to play him in the box, some big nickel and big dime packages have linebackers in there, and you can move him in there.
Yes, sir.
Chris Carson is another weird one. I mean, Titans likes to use his running back, so this isn't a bad signing. He's basically Derrick Henry, but
Yeah,
pretty much
he
Derrick
said he
Henry.
wanted a faster back to replace Deion Lewis, and I was like, Chris Carson, he ain't that fast.
Derrick
I
Henry.
don't know.
Derrick Henry actually
I
has
don't
the
know.
same speed. I think.
I don't know.
Is he really?
Yeah, I think they're all 89 speed.
I just think paying both Derrick Henry and Chris Carson is just a waste of cap. It's like if one gets injured, it's congratulations.
He's got a rookie quarterback though. He can make stupid. Ooh, whoa! He can make stupid moves.
I suppose, but at the same time, it's like you might like wait on the contracts for like next year, coming up free agency. Making those deals like that kind of keeps you from signing guys in the future. You might enter the market, but I mean, other than that, I mean, all these guys have free agencies IDL.
Well, yeah, and other guys like Derek Wolf, Gerald McCoy,
Dalvin Tomlinson.
Yeah, guys like that they just want big money, and it's like, do you really value a fat ass in the middle that much, right?
No.
There's plenty of fat asses that you can put in the middle.
Yeah, and what's the difference
they're getting
between
paid in our free agency chart, like they're getting the max money, but the difference is they want like max money in our chart is like they're wanting 14 mil a year in the free agency re-sign. So it's definitely not bad for us getting these players. And a lot of these guys still haven't yet. Like for some reason, I've never seen so many players hold out until stage 3.
Eh,
A lot of guys are still holding out.
weird. Who else
It's
is
ridiculous.
any other big names that are left being signed?
Trent Williams is a big one. Trent Williams
Oh,
is
okay.
still holding out.
Maybe he'll
And
be.
Dalvin Tomlinson.
Huh. Maybe they'll be waiver guys then. That'd be kind of. That'd be
Perhaps
kind
Dak
of.
Prescott. Dak Prescott remains unsigned by anybody.
Dak Prescott will be a wait. But you better sign him now because he's gonna want like 15 million, right? Using
Oh, yeah.
15 million for 1 year. I mean.
So if you're gonna
There's a
sign him,
reason
you
why
gotta
I
sign
offered
him.
him $500K.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you right now, if somebody honestly, the Cowboys could try again. They could try their luck again with Dak Prescott. He's not going to be asking
Yeah,
for
if
the
I was
money
the
he did.
Cowboys,
Just
I'd
give him
trade
like
him.
a 1 year, $4 million guaranteed deal.
Mine
Like
as well.
Mitch
Yeah.
got it. You're
What's
gonna.
gonna hurt? What's gonna hurt?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Gurley's still on the block, is what Rams is saying. I saw
Yeah.
that about Todd Gurley.
Yeah, Jamie.
Please.
Dalvin Tomlinson is a D tackle on a 4-3.
Yes. Yes, he is. He's
Yes.
an IDL.
Yes.
Okay, next slide.
He's signing with the Cardinals, so you're shit out of.
Next
Well,
one.
he was on the Giants. He's going to resign.
Off-season winners. Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Kind of cool. You put yourself there.
Oh, I'm not
You know,
putting myself as a winner.
Not talking about
think
the
I won.
Broncos. Not talking about the Broncos scalping a third rounder for a 7th string wide receiver, but.
Okay, well, we'll see you later in the PowerPoint. Okay, we'll see you later in the PowerPoint. Giants flipping Lorenzo Carter for William Jackson. Pick up Marcus Peters again. So now they have Marcus Peters, William Jackson, and DeAndre Baker. DeAndre Baker's an 84. William Jackson, Marcus Peters are both 85. No, Marcus Peters is 80. So I mean that's arguably the best cornerback, and that's going to improve their defense. A lot. And I think that's going
Are
to
they
be
the
a pretty key
best?
signing.
They don't have any superstars. It's just a bunch of
They have
guys.
one superstar. DeAndre Baker's a superstar.
Yeah, he doesn't play like one.
He does not.
Yeah.
Maybe this year. So, I mean, he's still got development to do. So, the Dolphins finessing a entire squad type. I mean, like we talked about how Trevor Lawrence would have been a bad move. He would have been still a winner if he got Trevor. But at the same time, he
I don't
did
think
get
the Dolphins could have went wrong taking him or doing what they did.
I mean, you got to respect the hustle because he's still. The thing is, he used all these picks to get players, and he still has a lot of drive left. So, that's respectable for sure. So, are you happy, Goldmore? You got your praise. Told you it was coming. Patriots, they filled the void of Tom Brady, 84 Jared. I mean, the best quarterback in free agency, and probably in the league's going to see. So that was
For
was
35
really
million. He's getting it.
Yeah, he's paid
Tom
a
Brady ain't
lot of money.
Tom Brady ain't never paid 35 million.
But at the same time, replacing Tom Brady, the 85 overall person coming in, it's pretty good, and I think that's a win for him. He might be getting money, but any quarterback that house be getting, so he's gonna earn a cent. Tell you that much.
Drew Lock will get paid more than that when he hits free agency, so he'll probably be like a 90 X factor then. So
Kyler will get paid just as much when he hits free agency.
Oh yeah,
You're
he'll
not
be an
letting
X factor.
you're not letting
When he's a 99 X factor.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah.
You can't make us resign
Sorry,
them. Drew Lock is a
Well,
Lock.
I know.
We're convinced we
Milton
can't
is
win. We're convinced we can't win with him in the Super Bowl, so we're gonna get rid of him. It's as simple as that. He hasn't never won the big game, so.
Well, I know
I'm gonna
Milky's
flop
captain,
quarterbacks.
but
I'm
Drew
kind of
Lock.
bored with Kyler.
Oh, I'll swap you. Yeah. Hit my DMs off the air. There are too many snakes in the grass.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, I got people offering 3 firsts already, but
No. Nice.
Trent Williams. Honestly, I was putting this as a
whoever
winner.
the fuck he wants
He
to
still
sign
hasn't
with.
signed yet.
No, he has not.
Looks like the man wants the bag when he's not, instead of wanting to win. He's got
Exactly.
4 contenders in his top 4.
Huh.
It's ridiculous.
Broncos should
I don't
probably jump
understand.
on that, right?
You would
Might
think
as
so,
well.
considering he
There's
was.
no, wouldn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
No.
Probably.
No, if he holds out until waivers, I mean that's just ridiculous.
He could be a waiver guy then. Yeah.
He could. I mean, whoever gets Trent Williams, you're.
Well, I
But right
think
now,
if
it's
all these 80
undecided.
overall plus guys don't sign, we might just have to work something out. Like we restructure the deal
We
so it's
will.
not a 1 year like 15 million, it'd be like a 2 year like 20 million or whatever
Well, not
market
for Trent
value
Williams
is.
though, because Trent Williams is going to get a 1 card.
Okay, yeah, but I think we
Yeah, I think we
wiggle
all offered him a 1-year
if
deal.
we see
Yeah,
some
because Trent
weird.
Williams is going to fall off next year. He's going to be like a 78, and he's not going to be worth the same amount of money.
Nice.
Okay.
Any other guys you think could be winners? I don't think there's some under the radar moves that have been made here, like you had
I
put in
mean,
there. But I mean,
Bills getting Mike Evans and
what about the
Mathis.
Steelers? The Steelers got Sam Darnold.
Yeah, they did.
The Steelers,
I thought
the Steelers have
I
their
put that in
quarterback
there.
in the next 15 years.
I thought I put that in there, but apparently I didn't.
Apparently not.
Jeez, what a clown.
Sam Darnold
What a
is
fucking
definitely. I
clown,
mean,
man. What a
so
clown.
he traded back all last draft. He didn't like give up anything really. He just traded back and got picks, and then he used those picks he traded back for to get Sam Darnold. So really, just patience is what had got him Darnold. You know, it's pretty. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. Sam,
Yeah.
and that's definitely a win. I think the Bills are winners. Getting Marlon Mack and Mike Evans, that's an X factor and a superstar out of their offense. You know? But other than that, I mean,
There was a
offseason was pretty
94-point bid on Trent Williams from the Rams.
really
Says who?
Says
interesting.
Lewis?
Well, you know, that's I think that's Rams. You know that he was already maxed out Rams, right? So 94. You're gonna have to remove that bid. Tough.
Yeah, you can only match that.
Tough scene.
All right, do we
Are
want to
we
get
gonna
to the
move on to
losers
losers?
here? Yeah, let's
Yes,
go.
we do. Now, Tommy, do you want to read out what you see on the?
Yeah, go ahead. Rams letting Goff go, trading for Lamar. Trade committee marrying him to Gurley. How are the Jets a loser? Oh, they gained off.
I mean, I think the Jets are a loser because they got rid of Darnold. They got rid of
Yeah.
Darnold.
I mean, it's debatable. I
I mean, I'm just saying
Darnold played like
that second
shit.
overall pick.
I think with the quarterback they're going to take, they're a loser.
Well, I mean, I think regardless of who they take, they're kind of a loser. If you get rid of Sam Darnold, player, you know, I mean, I want to see that player perform.
I think you just hate on Jets every year, dude.
No, you're a Jets hater. I actually rep.
I'm not the one that made this PowerPoint.
He's a Jets hater.
Clearly, he's a Jets hater. Clearly, he's a Broncos hater too here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just because I didn't make any big blockbuster moves
so
yet.
offseason losers, Rams letting go of Goff, and they trade for Lamar, expecting him to be their starter, and then on top of that, the trade committee completely destroys his trade for Gurley to get rid of Tom Gurley, which I didn't really agree with. So instead of getting a bunch of picks and trading up and getting rid of Todd Gurley's contract, he's now stuck with Todd Gurley and gets no draft capital, which is a tough scene for him. And I can guarantee you, he's not going to get any better off for Todd Gurley.
Especially when Todd Gurley loses his dev too, and is another year older. Yeah.
No, yeah, he's not going to get anywhere close to what he got just then.
Yeah.
The Broncos, while they did get picks for some receivers, at the same time they haven't improved yet. But all the AFC teams did. Titans got a few good players. Colts made a lot of moves. And then the Steelers, they got Sam Darnold. And they got some first round picks.
We're still keeping the same core players. We felt that we didn't need to make a big move this offseason. We kept all our players, and that's what's important. My quarterback got superstar, and Noah Fant got X Factor. Lindsey will be back next year. What more moves do I need to make? So that's how I looked at it. Keep the money low, get a bunch of rookies, and build this team back up. So. I also got a pick for Garrett Bowles. I mean, if you getting any pick for him would be worth it after he gave up.
Okay, well, getting rid of your 79 overall attack.
He gave up 8 sacks in the Super Bowl. I think that's improving.
Okay, but then who's your guy you're replacing with?
Whoever. I mean, clearly it doesn't matter if he gave up 8. What's the next guy going to give up 10 in a game? Like, come on now.
If he plays Chase Young, probably.
Yeah, I mean, is it worth paying him $15 million though to give up 8 sacks a game?
Well, we're
Clearly
saying
not.
you're not improving.
It isn't improving on paper, but
Hey,
I
don't
think
forget that the Broncos got Mark Sanchez.
I also got
Yeah.
Mark Sanchez too. So
Is
The
he
punter.
actually still alive?
he's a punter. He's gonna be traded for that pick for Garrett Bowles.
Okay, so the Vikings are sticking with Joe Burrow, which
Hey,
I don't
maybe
think it's
he.
going to work out.
Well, to be honest with you, he can't throw the ball more than 5 yards, so I wouldn't pay Kirk Cousins. I think that's a
Yeah,
good move.
of course you can, but at the same time, when he has to throw the ball, is Joe Burrow going to be the guy? I mean, whenever
Wow.
he came in last season, he didn't do good at all. And also, I mean, you have to remember that he's not going to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's the second year in for this guy, and I just don't think he's going to win any kind of experience. With these NFC guys passing like they do, so I don't think he's going to do very well, and I don't think he's going to be passing very well. So I think Joe Burrow.
It's
I
okay.
think it's tough. Raiders have a
Oh,
lot of cap and made
and
zero moves in free agency.
zero moves.
Zero.
But they have the
Zero.
6th and the 11th pick in the draft. They might be able to get some. Maybe, hopefully, they don't draft another running back this year. Hopefully.
Oh God, yeah. So that would be the last Raiders usually was hardest man. So let's hope dog at 13 will have a better bring back up. I mean, Cowboys ending up with Teddy Bridgewater as their quarterback. I know that he'll have a lot of cap. They still could have made a bid on some other quarterback, cheap deal, instead of sticking it out with Teddy. I mean, he'd even try. He just Teddy and left it. I don't think that's going to get you anywhere. Did you guys have any more answers you guys want to point out?
I don't know if there's any more other big notable moves. I don't think.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. I think we can move on to y'all.
Oh, the mock draft. This should be fun. Yeah.
Mock draft.
Always fun.
Nice. All right, let's pull up this mock draft here that Milky backpacked on. This is like this is like when you show up to the class with a presentation the day it's due and you don't have any of it done, and then you just basically piggyback off them. And
All I'm saying is I got 100 on the project. Wealthy got a 0, and Tommy got about 20.
it's okay. I have a
So-
couple of them, so okay. We got the mock draft here. Wealthy's name is on here just because his name is on here, but we'll see what we can do now.
Oh, interesting. Freaking Chargers said he's the best team in the league.
Funny because I
It's a
think
pretty
he
bold
just got
statement
he
with the
got
guy.
smacked by Wealthy in the lab. So
Sorry.
Oh, he did?
Everyone thinks they have the best secondary in the league, but they don't ever seen Arizona.
No. He said he had the best team overall,
No.
which is even more statement.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Are very
backtrack, reeling on the slot.
well, let's get moving on here. First pick in the draft,
I think
Ravens.
the first pick is
This is a
pretty
lock.
self-explanatory. Next question.
Yeah,
I mean, Trevor
we all know.
Lawrence, that's unanimous, right? Like, I think
That
everybody
has
would
to
take
be
Trevor.
unanimous. If you don't take Trevor Lawrence, something's not wired right in your brain.
No. I
Number
mean, dude,
2,
coming in the
we got
college
some
as a
shakeup.
freshman and winning the chip against Alabama, that takes some fucking balls, dude. That's awesome. I mean, he's clearly one of the best prospects in the
Now
past
the
decade.
real draft, the real mock draft starts.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that little edit. The Jets just
Damn!
made that.
Shout out Jets. He made a nice edit there. Looks like
Say
he
we
wants
got a
to
little,
be taking.
We got a little.
Justin Fields is if you don't know who the guy in the middle is, that's Justin Fields. He plays quarterback for Ohio State. I think he's gonna end up being like a lot like Lamar Jackson. And then Milky, how about Sean Clifford? What do you think about Sean Clifford?
I mean, I made the class, and you guys should listen to me. And I think Sean Clifford's the second best quarterback in this class. So why wouldn't the Jets take the second best quarterback in the class when they need a quarterback? Am I right?
Are you saying the Jets made that entire little illustration for us for nothing?
I'm just saying, do you,
I'm
Jets?
just
Do
saying you can trade up for Lamar Jackson. It's fine. third overall pick, the Bears. Oh, things are getting kind of shaky here, but the Bears. Yeah, you're right. The Bears could draft a quarterback here. I think Fields isn't a bad pick. I don't know.
Again, the Bears don't have a quarterback on their roster, and they have not made a free agency move for one yet. So, not really sure what's going on in the GM office
Huh. I
in
mean,
Chicago.
maybe they'll wait. I don't know. He was hyping up his corner, so I figured I'd throw him in there. He needs
I mean,
corners.
I think it's pretty. I think it's a lock that he's getting Surtain. I think he
Yeah.
really likes this guy. I think he's gonna.
Patrick Surtain can't throw the ball, so I don't know about that one, Chief.
Well, it's not a matter of it's a
Whoa,
smart team.
hit the wrong button.
I mean, honestly, he can get another quarterback later in the draft.
He could, but they'll suck. So
Yeah, but I mean, they might fall. I think Cliff could easily fall to like 12.
I don't see a scenario where. Oh,
Really? I mean, who takes him?
I mean, he could, but if the Bears were smart, he won't. So.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not playing GM for that team, so.
Yeah, I guess that's why I'm the GM of the Cardinals.
Yeah, I guess that's why you're the GM of the 30th overall team. So
And not
let's
the
see.
third.
Yeah, number 4. This is a highway robbery pick here. I mean, this was from the. This trade, this pick has been tossed around like a dirty whore. Let's see. So this was Matigi, the old Cowboys user, traded it with Goldmorg, and then Goldmorg traded this pick for Marlon Humphrey.
Yes.
So this was in the Marlon Humphrey deal. This could have been Dolphins, but he traded it for Marlon Humphrey, and now it is the Ravens pick. So he's gonna have 2 top 5 picks, and you've got a safety there. I don't know too much about him, so I hope he's Grant Delpit.
He's supposed the best safety in the class. Earl Thomas isn't. Again, I don't know who the guy is, but the draft class I stole this from was the best safety. So Earl Thomas isn't getting any younger.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this though. This little shit Rondell Moore is pretty much Tyreek Hill, dude.
All I have to say is, if you don't know who Rondell Moore is, go look up his highlights against Ohio State from last season.
Yeah, that dude's fucking incredible.
That's all you need to know about him.
Yeah, Rondell Moore with Hollywood Brown. He basically, if you don't know, he'll play a lot like Tyreek Hill, Hollywood Brown. All I'm thinking is Rondell Moore, Hollywood Brown, Trevor Lawrence throwing the ball. Heck, you even had Golden Tate in there a little bit. They drafted a good running back last year. He's getting pretty good there. He can definitely, that offensive
Rabble
setup.
better watch out.
Yeah.
Rabble's about to get 60 dropped on him.
Rabble definitely, I think, could choke that division away.
You don't think Ravens takes Parsons if he's there?
Well,
Ravens could go a bunch of different ways. This is one of those picks where you just don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like the rest of the picks.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, you can't mess this pick up. I think you mess it up by taking a safety this high. I feel like a safety isn't worth this much. I feel like you have to get Rondell Moore or Parsons. Mm-hmm. I feel like a safety. I'll say that again. I feel like a safety is not worth it at this pick. I think you should get Rondell Moore or Micah Parsons. But never mind. We'll move on to the 5th pick here.
That's why you're the GM of Denver, not Baltimore.
Damn. Well, there's a reason. There's a reason I'm picking second to last the 2 years in a row. Actually, I don't even have my first round pick, so I don't even give a shit. First loser, baby. Second place is first loser. Colts basically loser, so. Colts cheesed a lot for this pick. They traded an all-pro linebacker for 3, and then they traded back to 5.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but at least to me, he's made it very clear that he wants another offensive lineman. With the addition of David Johnson, it sounds like he's just going to do a lot of pounding it down people's throats. So,
dude, to be honest with you, that's a badass pick of Cade Mays. Look at that shit.
That dude looks like a fucking monster.
He definitely looks like he'd fucking strangle you. Like, he looks like Taylor Lewan. You ever see Taylor Lewan? That guy.
Taylor Lewan.
That guy.
Did you see the interview you had?
Yeah,
Taylor
dude. He was fucking. He just went off on himself.
I'm a liability. The guy's such a G.
Yeah.
But if this tackle is all that he is.
Yeah. So you get his line would be Cade Mays, Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly. The guard's probably Glowinski, and then the right tackle's Braden Smith, right?
He's replacing Costanzo.
That's a badass offensive line if I've ever seen
That with David Johnson, yeah, they're going to be tough to stop.
Costanzo was still 76. You don't get rid of him, but he's jumping
He's
to
not a bad
get
pick.
a stipend now. It's not a bad pick at all.
I think the Colts is making the right decision with that.
For sure. I think you can't mess this one up. He's the best lineman on the board. He's gonna just add another badass to that line here. This is a Raiders picking up here. I don't know what that roster's doing. He didn't make any moves in free agency. I don't really know what he's looking to do. But I feel like you can't really mess this pick up. If anyone's looked up Micah Parsons, you'll know that he's pretty much very legitimate. He's probably
This
the best
could be
defensive player in this class.
a similar situation that we had Chase Young last year, where the best non-quarterback in the class falls for whatever reason, we don't know. But I could very easily see a situation where this
Yeah.
guy falls.
I
He's
think
hands down the second best player in the class.
Yeah, he's the best non-quarterback in the class. So, in terms of pure talent, like if Trevor Lawrence wasn't the next Peyton Manning, Michael Parsons would probably even be number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
like
a
if this,
cornerstone
like
in your defense.
he would have
like
been the best player in last year's class besides Chase Young. Like he's a higher level value wise than
He's gonna come
probably
in
even a
and
Tua.
instantly improve your defense for the next 10 years.
Yeah, so Michael Parsons, well, we have linebacker there. In case you didn't know too much about him, he was actually the number one defensive end coming out of high school. And Penn State was like, you know what, come play middle linebacker for us. So the Penn State uses him a lot in pass coverage. They blitz him a lot, and sometimes on like third and longs, third downs and stuff, he'll play rush end for him as a linebacker.
Yeah, this guy can be a all pro, off ball linebacker, edge rusher.
An elite Lorenzo Carter.
Basically, or if you're old enough to remember LeVar Arrington, who was a fucking hell on wheels. That guy was a fucking animal. They actually were the same.
There's a reason why Micah Parsons wears number 8.
Yeah, yeah. If this is Raiders should take this pick. They're basically gonna. I think he can have as big of an impact as Khalil Mack does on football
And
games.
he's Penn State, which means that's gonna juiced him up even more. So
I don't know what you're talking
I don't know
about.
what you're talking about, but I am a Penn State fan.
I'm also a Penn State fan. But number 7 here to the Texans. Big bad Texans here. The trade shark herself. You've got Patrick Surtain. That's fine. She's going to draft Surtain if he's there. But he's not here in my draft. So I feel like she drafts another wide receiver because she's been complaining that she doesn't have another wide receiver after she traded like a very competent number 2 away. So I mean, here you just get a really good wide receiver. I don't know who the number 1 wide receiver in the class is. It depends if you
This guy, if speed was off the table, this guy would be the best wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, you see that catch
if
there,
speed was
like
off
that's
the
just
table,
ridiculous.
yeah.
He's a fucking machine.
If speed wasn't a thing, he'd be the number 1
Yeah,
receiver.
he's a beast, dude. Yeah, I mean, he can make every catch in the world. You put him beside Hopkins, who's making like $18 million a year. Like, it's not bad, not bad at all. You can
put them Clemson trio together with Watson, Hopkins, and Ross.
Yeah, man. You then you can probably get some money on offense there. Watson might be able to actually throw for more than 2,000 yards.
is that
Maybe
Surtain and Justin Ross's picture right there?
It might be. I don't know.
That's pretty
I don't
funny.
know. It could be. It could be.
You could have used it for
Yeah,
for
I
the
think
ball
that could
pictures.
be Surtain. I don't know. That's probably just the first picture that popped up on Google.
You could have made it bigger, just scrolled it over.
Well,
Had it
yeah,
inside on the ball.
yeah, it's whatever.
It is what it is.
Bengals here. Bengals made a big moves in the offseason with free agents. They got a quarterback. You give Kirk Cousins a wide receiver and Rondell Moore to pair up with. They just drafted Jerry Jeudy, number 2 overall last year. So you have Rondell Moore, Jerry Jeudy, Tyler Boyd, John Ross. Probably don't need much better wide receivers there. Rondell Moore is not available in mine because I think he's going to go big. Andre Sisco out of Syracuse is a pretty highly rated safety here that I think a lot of people like. So I don't know who their safety is. Can you name the starting safety of the Bengals?
Jesse Bates.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But you need 2 safeties, so.
You need 2 safeties. You need playmakers if you're that team. I mean, you can't sit down here at a 2-win team forever. You got to go out and hit talent.
You've seen what wins the league. It's high power, deep shots.
It wouldn't surprise me
You
if he
need good
drafts
players over
linemen
the top.
too. Yeah.
A lot. This is one of these other picks where it's just
I mean,
throw
the
it in a
Bengals have
hat,
so
pick
many
out a
holes.
random player, and that's who they're picking. You never know.
They have
Yeah,
so many holes.
Storm
It's
really
like,
hasn't
you
expressed
really,
much at all. Yeah, like,
Mhm.
if anything, trading back and filling. Oh, okay. So he got Tony Jefferson in free agency, so he paid that old ass guy. So safety's probably
with
off the
little
board
speed.
now that he got Tony Jefferson. Safety's probably off the board, so he'll probably go O-line. That's
Yeah.
about it. All right, let's move on now here. Number 9, the Eagles. This was a surprise. If you'd have told me the Eagles had a number 1 overall pick, I would said what happened to Jake Witt? Because
Well, he
in
just
case you guys
simply didn't
didn't
have any money.
Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, Jake Witt went 15-1 the first year of the league and lost in the conference. Lost divisional. Was it divisional round?
To yours truly.
Yeah, he
Divisional
lost
round
to
to yours
Trevor.
truly.
Yeah, it was a fluky type game,
Oh
and
wow. Okay.
so
Yeah, very freaky.
his season got ruined there. So he's a very good user. Don't expect him to be picking in the top 10 anymore. And he lost like 8 or 9 starters to free agency. So he needs some help, young talent on that Eagles roster that was basically all in for a year or two. And you even see it happen in
Yeah.
real life. So I mean, with that roster regressing, I have him picking up a guard here. I think that's totally applicable because he had he player reviewed the left tackle. Um,
Mylata? Is that right? No,
No, Dillard, Andre
Dillard.
Dillard.
Andre Dillard. Yeah.
Andre Dillard.
And he's still got a superstar center, guard, and right tackle. So I feel like this not only gives him a decent guard for when Brandon Brooks is getting up there. Kelsey can only play another year or two, and then the fucking Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson will be his right tackle for the rest of the year or rest of this franchise. That is.
Yeah.
You got KJ Hamler here. Tell people about
I'd
KJ
say
Hamler.
one thing, human joystick. What more do I need to say? Just like Rondell Moore, look up a highlight tape of him, and that's all you need to know. When this man catches the ball, good things are gonna happen.
Yeah, dude, he's a
And-
playmaker.
And
He
then the
actually
one
leads-
thing I've noticed over last season is the Eagles lacked is playmakers. And KJ Hamler would be an instant upgrade at wide receiver for them. Is in return kicks, punts, run a little jet sweep action.
jet sweeps,
If
man.
he gets
Robbo
his,
would love this guy.
If he gets his Djax replacement in KJ Hamler,
Yeah,
it's
I mean
gonna
that's
be, I'm
pretty
gonna hate
much.
playing him. That's pretty good right there.
Yeah,
Because I see this as a going all in for this season
Yeah.
move. KJ Hamler, who's instant impact,
Yeah,
might be the best receiver on
you've
that
got
team
Aguilar, and I mean he got rid of Jeffrey last year. Who's their next guy after that? Like Matt Collins,
already.
right?
JJ Arcega Whiteside,
Yeah,
whatever
okay,
his name
but
is.
but
Yeah, who
there's
hasn't developed
there's
at all.
fullbacks faster than him. He hasn't played Whiteside at all, so
Yeah.
Hamler here is a slam dunk pick, man. Super beast,
He's
super
beast.
super value. Number 10, I mean, what do we have to say about this? So this was, all right. So Wealthy had 32, right? He traded up to. Did he trade 26? He traded up to 20.
I don't know. It's
And then he
too
traded.
too
then
much
he
shit
traded.
happened.
This
Then
was
he
this
traded
was
it-
Jets pick. This was
This
Jets
okay.
pick.
Then he traded 2. He traded 2. This is one of Jets picks here. So and Jets got.
Yes.
Who did Jets? Whatever. Nonetheless, the Bucks
Whatever.
have the 10th pick here, and I call him the human joystick. Some people call him spectacular. I mean, that little guy can just flat out make plays. He's going to be a beast. I think you'd be stupid if you have a top 10 pick. He's worth every single penny. If you don't believe in drafting a wide receiver that early, I mean, basically KJ Hamler, he could even be better than Rondell Moore, honestly. Rondell Moore actually hasn't done that much in real life, but ever since his Ohio State game, he's been nothing but injured. KJ Hamler, Plays every single game, and actually leads college football in touchdowns. That his 5'9" frame, he's legit. After the catch, as you can tell, if you have no sense of like if you can't tell, both me and Milky think KJ Hamler's a very good player. Hence the reason we spent 5 minutes talking about him. And Cisco, we don't know too much about him, but he's probably a really good safety. And I think Wealthy's got Trey Boston as the other.
Trey Boston, and Trey Boston isn't. He's not it. Put it bluntly.
For sure.
I mean, if he has another safety, a top 10 pick safety already improved. So.
Yeah, so we just talked about a Georgia tackle with the Colts pick, the Raiders here. If he's smart, he'd draft this tackle. I mean, this guy's a fucking maul. Look at that guy. We talking about Cade Mays, fucking Isaiah Wilson. I mean, that guy's a bad man. He is a bad man. He don't even have no gut for a lineman. He don't have no power gut. That dude is fucking jacked. He'd squeeze the shit out of you with them biceps. Holy shit.
He'd pop your head like a melon.
Jeez.
That's all I gotta say.
Jeez, he makes that damn running back behind him look small. I mean, he's a big man. I mean, he's a franchise tackle. There's only 2 or 3 of these guys in every class. I know offensive line isn't the sexy pick, but if you don't put any resources into it, you're gonna pay.
This is one of the most premier positions in the
if he had a couple more stakes and moved on.
Honestly, like if he, yeah, he looks like a Sean Oakman. I think we need to get a better picture of this guy. I mean, that guy's fucking jacked for a lineman. He doesn't look sloppy at all. Any more? I mean, who else could
the Raiders, like they can.
I don't know anything about the Raiders. Being honest with you,
I've heard insider from the Raiders GM that he's been defensive talent. So if any defensive talent fall here, I mean, I'm sure he'll pick him up. You know, any of those top guys.
But I did take a look at his roster, and he has Trent Brown, but on the other side he has a nobody. So
yeah, get this guy. You're helping out whoever you throw back there at quarterback. I mean, he could go quarterback here, too. If he's listening, he should probably pay attention to who we've been hyping up quarterback-wise. But, that's all I got. If you know who Raiders is going to pick, you can't read that guy. He's like 13. You can't read who he's picking.
He's fast asleep.
It's probably past his bedtime anyway. Chargers, number 12. I don't know much about Chargers user. I think he's played a game or 2.
He's in the chat right now.
Yeah, he's in the chat. We've got 2 USC guys. Excuse me. You've got probably the best interior guy, Jay Tuffle? Tufle?
Something like that. Tufle.
Truffle? Would you say Truffle? Truffle Shuffle. There we go. And Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know much about Amon-Ra St. Brown, Trevor?
I've heard a lot about him.
There's a draft story on him, so check him out. Cousin or brother of
I think brother of Equanimous.
Yeah, actually Chargers says he's going to draft Justin Fields, but you good luck with that.
I don't think Justin Fields is falling that far, bud.
No.
So the IDL guy, the only problem with that is I mean, Jerry Tillery, they drafted, IRL last year. He hasn't really developed much for the Chargers. They could have signed one of the guys for agency. He said he's saving up $15 million. But you could have just signed a guy. And then you've taken someone who's this spot. So I don't know if the IDL there.
My thinking of this was to just add the best interior guy to an already stacked D-line with 2 very good edge rushers.
I couldn't even tell you who's in the middle for the Chargers. Other than Tillery? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy looks pretty good. I don't know much about him. To be fair, they don't produce good D linemen out in the Pac-12 because they're not physical out there. So we'll see what he can do. 13th pick here, the Jags, the mighty Jags. They have probably the best defense in the league. By far the best defensive line in the league. But who in the hell is going to throw the damn football for him? Big Ben? Jesus.
Yeah. It's like 48.
Big Ben. Oh, my goodness. I mean, you've got him drafting a guard here. Can that guy play quarterback? Come on now, Milky. He's going quarterback. He will draft a damn near 5th rounder if he's the best quarterback on the board here.
I just don't think he'll be here.
We'll see.
That's fair.
Okay.
We'll see.
Who's the next
And his
quarterback
offensive
after
line
Sean
is god
Clifford?
awful.
Who's the best?
JT Daniels, Tommy Stevens, I don't know.
JT Daniels or Tommy Stevens. They're not
I'll
worth
tell
the
you one thing though,
13th.
none of them are starting caliber quarterbacks day one.
Well,
But he could.
they might get thrown into the fire. I mean, Chargers is going to draft a quarterback. So if Sean Clifford goes off the board in the top 5, the Chargers and the Jags are going to be screwed. They better be calling.
I think they will be screwed.
They better be calling whoever has 3 because it looks clear that you're going to see.
If they reach for a quarterback that's not one of those 3 guys, equivalent to like when the Giants took Daniel Jones and everyone thought that was the biggest reach ever.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. If I'm the Chargers or the Jags, I'm shitting myself because I think Trevor Lawrence is going first, and I think I think Justin Fields is going second, which means Sean Clifford is probably going top 10 to a team that needs a quarterback.
I don't see quarterbacks are. I just don't see a situation where any of those.
Hold up, we've got a trade here.
A trade.
This is a shitty
Lions
trade.
send,
This is a really shitty trade.
21. They send the 40th first overall, second next year.
For a
third
top
next
10
year.
pick this year.
Top 10 pick.
Stormy, what the hell you doing, man?
What in the hell?
Rabble, get your boy.
This is
Wow, so he's
terrible.
only
We'll
he's
look
only
at
giving
that.
up.
We'll look at that later.
It's interesting.
Some quick
value.
insight, but yeah, we'll take a look at that when we're done.
I mean, if he was trading up, would make sense, but he doesn't have a pick to trade up with, so he's basically he's trading up from the second rounder.
He's trading up from 40 to 8, and all he's going to
Yeah,
give up
and
is
he's
the
giving
farm
up a
next
first,
year.
second, and third.
Well,
I'm going to be giving up first, second, third. I trade up to a spot around there, and I'm going to be trading up from 30. So
What we got here? The tanker. Mr. Can I take a force loss?
Yeah, I think he should forfeit that pick to Lions.
Sure.
I say me, but
I would say
Yeah.
me, but
Give it to
we
them.
could.
I think
agree
we
to
give him to
disagree.
Lions. Lions should
Yeah,
deserve
we'll
a
give
pick.
him the Lions. Then he wants to trade up for
Or the Panthers. Panthers are Cowboys. They didn't have a pick from their old user.
right? You're
I would
right.
say, yeah.
I mean, Mr. Best Guy asked for force loss here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Huh.
You're welcome, Jamie. If you took this one to Bob shot,
You'd probably be
team.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're welcome for that.
Patrick
That force
Surtain
loss.
falling to 14.
Well, I think he ends up getting a wide receiver. I mean, I don't know. If the kid's on the draft, I mean, who knows?
I mean,
he could get a quarterback too.
Aside from Devontae
Looking at his
Adams,
wide
there's
receiver
virtually
core, it's Devontae Adams and pretty much who else?
no. Remember when Devontae Adams was suspended? Too. It was pretty disgusting. He just ran the ball. If you can't run the ball with Aaron Jones,
I gotta say, if Justin Ross is here, got to.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think here with this pick, you've got to put something onto that offense because Rodgers is he's regressing hard.
He doesn't. His days are numbered.
I mean, he's like 38 at this point. Jeez. I guess a wide receiver wouldn't be a bad pick. They tried trading for AJ Green. Here they get a pretty solid wide receiver. Not a burner, but probably the best overall receiver. So, not a bad pick here for the tanker. 15 is the Chiefs. I didn't get this far. Chiefs needs are probably... You got an interior D lineman there. Yeah, I mean, they could also draft the best edge rusher. I mean, that guy looks like an edge rusher. He looks kind of skimpy, dude. You sure he's an IDL?
He said he was 280, so I don't know.
He looks more like 260.
he looks really small.
Maybe that's his freshman year. I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way, he looks like
280.
maybe he's one of them hybrid guys. That's not a bad pick. I mean, they just traded away Frank Clark, Who's
They
their
need
who's their
young
best guy
Chiefs.
besides like a Chris Jones? They need help on that defense.
They need
So
young, cheap talent like
yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. If there was an impact linebacker, you could see that. DBs, they had to let the damn corner they traded last year.
Kendall Fuller.
Kendall Fuller. They still have the Honey Badger, I think. So he's still there. But
He's
so
not getting
They
any
can dish the
younger.
Honey Badger next season.
your big guys on the defense are the Honey Badger and Chris Jones. Like you need some help now. So I could see them going defense. Offensive line's not out of the question. Because that offensive line still isn't the greatest. And now they just gave Pat Mahomes $38 million a year, I think, or $40 million. Yeah, so
Jesus.
you're
I
gonna
mean,
have to
worth every
protect him.
penny, but still.
Yeah, that's totally a must for the Chiefs here. The Browns. This Browns guy said about 3 things in the music chat, so it's hard to get a read off of what he's
He
doing.
also
Uh,
submitted a bunch of.
But I looked at the Browns roster, and if you look at it, their only hole is tackle.
Oh my
It's
gosh, that's a top 3
kind of
roster in the game.
it's
Not
kind
even
of
unfair.
amazing how good that roster is.
For
All they
sure.
need is a tackle.
Yeah, apparently brain dead Savage Sam roster. So
Well, I mean, he was gifted that roster. What did Savage Sam do?
he was.
Well, he did trade for Will Fuller. That was a good trade for him, dude.
That was a really
He
good
scalped
trade.
the shit out of Jamie on that one. For a
Jamie
number
doesn't
2,
value-
what?
Jamie doesn't understand speed kills.
Nah,
That's because
she's like, oh yeah,
that's
Nico
'cause
Collins
Savage
looks.
Sam's a much easier.
She's like, oh yeah, Nico Collins looks good. I mean, he's got 82 speed, but he looks good. Yeah, he'll separate real well with that speed. But nonetheless, we're not here to bash her. We're here to bash the Browns for we have no idea. This is a wild card. I mean, maybe I think he was a center. Rabble told me he played center in high school, so I could see him giving some O-line some love.
Hell yeah.
But Baker's not going anywhere. Hunt and Chubb aren't going anywhere. Odell and Landry aren't going anywhere. And Njoku. That offense is set. Defensive wise, they've got superstar guys all over the board. You pretty much just need to draft a tackle.
Yeah.
This guy looks all right. Looks kind of skinny though for a tackle. We'll see how that plays out. Maybe it's just these pitchers. I mean, he don't got nothing.
Remember, most of these pitchers were 2 years into the
Yeah, you're
pitchers
right.
are when these guys are freshmen, I
Yeah,
think.
you're right. You're right there. The Rams. Oh, jeez. Poor guy. Trade committee.
Trade committee. What trade committee?
Man, I mean, talk about getting screwed here. You're stuck in purgatory. You don't have a quarterback. He could draft a quarterback here. You're basically married to a $18 million fucking running back.
No running back is worth that much.
You've got some wide receivers that are all probably going to walk at the end of the year. I mean, I'm not even sure what you do if you keep the pick. This is probably going to get traded. You probably got to take the best player available because you're going to be shedding so many guys. Like, you just let an 85 John Johnson. Last year they let Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters.
I think this roster is comparable to the Chiefs roster in that they have some star players, but they're eating up the cap, and they need to get young and
They need
fast.
to get young, very fast.
Yeah, I mean that roster's got to be gutted, but
there's so many different directions they could go with this pick. So this was another throw a bunch of guys in a hat and pick one out.
Yeah, I mean clearly this guy's probably pretty talented here, being a center at Ohio State. Usually don't play there. Usually you don't see guys from Ohio State being shit in the NFL. So he's probably all right.
Unfortunately.
Falcons. This is kind of Falcons had what? Falcons drafted Creed Humphrey last year, so tackle's probably not on the board for him here. Corner's probably a need. I can't tell you who they need outside of an old Trufant.
Desmond Trufant is aging fast.
Old.
They just re-signed Keanu Neal, so he's a beast. Campbell, he plays for Georgia, so I'm going to guess he's going to be all right. At this point, I just don't know too much about these guys as much as I do the next year, but I'd say a corner's probably pretty legit. He's got all the wide receivers he can need. Matt Ryan, this is another guy that could draft a quarterback, being honest with you. Matt Ryan fucking, he needs to cut
There's
that
too
40
many guys
billion
that
dead
need
money.
quarterbacks and too little good quarterbacks available.
Yeah, I mean, he could even trade up for one too if he feels super, super adventurous. He needs to get that Matt Ryan contract off the books because that's terrible.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one. There, you can't do anything for agency. Do that. Although he did make a big splash move, a big Sonic.
Next pick here, 19 is the Pats. Yeah, so Pats got their quarterback. So besides quarterback, what holes does that team have?
Patriots? Oh god, I mean they don't have any stars on
DB,
besides
yeah,
Gilmore. They don't have any
defense. They need some
edge rushers.
help.
They need edge rusher. I tell you what, Dante Hightower is getting old shit. He needs an edge rusher,
I'll
and
tell
Dante
you what,
Hightower isn't your best edge rusher
Xavier
anyway.
Thomas looks pretty legit, right? I mean, he looks fucking
Yeah.
stacked to the gullet. Like fucking, that guy's
Yeah.
huge. He looks
This
like
is a
he can
solid
play
pick right here.
anywhere on the line. I haven't seen him play, but I mean, he's a Clemson guy, so you know he's physical.
Can't
But
go wrong with
is
Clemson D-line.
well, is he gonna be Shaq Lawson though, or is he gonna be? I mean, who's the best Clemson defensive lineman they produced?
Good question.
Could be a Shaq Lawson type guy. I mean, he had a bunch of hype coming out of Clemson. He was a first round pick. I mean, he's pretty much
Yeah.
equated to being a very good run stopper, and that's about it. You don't draft a guy in the first round to just stop the run. You draft him to get sacks. Any pass rusher's got to get 10 plus sacks. In real life and in Madden, you've got to be hoping for 15 or 20 out of a first round pass rusher for it to be worth it. But I guess you can develop them. Looks like Jalen Hurts right there is playing pretty scared. So I mean
Oh yeah,
it's a big boy right there. He's
it's a
definitely
big boy.
big boy. I mean the Patriots have like no pass rush, so that's a good pick by them. That's the Pats. They could draft whoever. That's really I think what we're at. Trey Dean out of Florida here. DBU, not DBU, maybe DBU two. Redskins could draft a tackle here. Redskins could draft a couple different guys. That roster's pretty much gutted too. They need some help. Trey Dean for a corner. Their best corner is probably. And exactly.
Shit.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't even think of any. I mean, Josh Norman has to have 83 speed by now.
Yeah, I mean Josh Norman's probably slower than most linemen at this point. So
Yeah,
I
got
think
linebackers that run faster.
Yeah. Corner, that's a solid pick. You can't go wrong there. Look for a tackle too. He just let Trent Williams walk.
Yeah.
So he's got it. He's got the sheriff. They picked Walker Little up last year though. That was a good pickup by the Redskins. So they've Walker Little. They got another guard in there too. That's pretty good. So
I think low key. I think defensive back is the move. You get someone to stop the receivers for a few seconds while Montez Sweat through. I think that's the move.
not bad.
Montez Sweat was low key one of the.
Oh yeah,
so.
Sweat's legit. Sweat's a pass rusher. They don't need to go pass rusher. I feel like corner, DB. If there's any safeties in this range, they could go there too, because they just traded Troy Ackley, right? So they're basically stuck with Monte Nicholson.
For a fit.
And you're like, who the hell is Monte Nicholson? Exactly. So he's got the name, but he doesn't have nothing. 21 is the Chiefs again. Where did this pick come from?
This is from the Colts. This was the Vikings pick that went to the Colts that went to the Chiefs for Frank Clark.
Got it.
I believe.
You're on the money. That sounds about right.
Yeah, we got. This is one of the.
Looks like a big boy. He's playing tackle there. You get a versatile lineman there. Yeah, they need some help. I'd said that earlier on in the draft. Guard or tackle. It's a legit. It's a legit pickup. You got a guy. He's playing tackle there. And you showed me that picture. I'd say he's playing tackle there. These guys get Jeff Sweat.
Most guys in college these days play every position.
Yeah, you could definitely use that flexibility. He looks big enough he could play tackle too. No, I'd allow it. Playing a tackle. We said he'd probably go defense. You need to go offense then too. Need some linemen there, mixing it up. Got to protect. I mean, you can even double up and go 2 linemen. Then you don't have to worry about drafting a lineman, for a couple of years then.
Mm-hmm.
Because the talent gap in linemen falls off, but like defensive guys, sometimes you can even find there's not as big of a gap there.
Yeah. Agreed.
49ers, Jalen Waddle's a beast. 49ers will probably be throwing the ball to like no one because Tevin Coleman will get 30 carries a game, but Jalen Waddle's pretty legit too.
They got rid of Dante Pettis, and I think they
Yeah.
forgot to regression fix Marquise Goodwin last year. So their wide receiver core is actually pretty gutted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got
Do you
Pettis.
think Dante Pettis is worth getting rid of for the second? You know?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think Pettis is that good. He's not fast enough.
Nah. He
He
was an
wouldn't.
expendable guy.
Yeah, he'd be
was
the 5th best wide receiver on my team. Like, not so good. Not so good. Waddle's a legit deep threat. I mean, look at that poor guy. He's like, oh shit, I just got fucking burnt. Tua probably sling that bitch like 60 yards. Like, they're
You
definitely.
see his punt return versus LSU where he got his neck nearly ended up taking it to the house anyway.
I didn't watch
This
that
weekend?
game, being honest with you.
Well, there was a punt where he caught it and the guy came flying by and grabbed his face mask, basically twisted it all the way to the side, and he somehow stayed up and took it to the house. So after seeing that, he solidified his legitness to me.
Got another trade here. Let's see. Chargers sim, first 12, the 12th overall pick, 44th and the 44th overall, first next year, and the Colts sim, 5th overall. I mean, that's not a bad trade. I think you accept that. And who do you think the Chargers grab? So Chargers probably heard us talk
I think the
about
Chargers are trading up to hopefully
get
get a quarter.
But the thing is he going to be okay with Sean Clifford? Because Jets is taking Fields. That's guaranteed. So if Skyrider is whatever the fuck the name is it content with getting Clifford?
Oh shit!
That's a good move.
Holy shit! That's a lot of value.
He's
It
not
is.
gonna have a
Wow.
he's not gonna have a choice of who back.
Wow, that's actually a
I know.
decent pick.
He's taking
So
a huge
he's
risk.
trading up to get Clifford.
In my eyes, he's taking a huge risk.
I mean, he said he was getting Fields, but then we told him like, hey, Fields gonna be gone. So
Yeah,
he has
we'll
to get
see.
he has to be getting Clifford.
Could be. I mean, he's got a Jack Clifford, unless he likes JT Daniels. But we'll see. What about
Yeah,
the
we
Bucks
will.
here? 23, getting a cheesy wide receiver. Nothing much you need to see there. What else
This
is
is a
new?
guy. He's
That
a
guy,
height, lane, speed.
he'll have X Factor here in about a week. So
Yeah, if it's in the wealthy's hands, yeah.
he'll have X Factor by the end of season 1 as a rookie. Tommy Tagovailoa out of Ohio State. The guy looks pretty jacked. I'm not gonna lie. He looks kind of. I don't know much about this guy. Do you know much about this guy?
Seahawks. No, I don't. But I do know the Seahawks need D-line help.
Yeah, Seahawks are pretty loaded at linebacker. All right, let's move on to. The problem is we're at the point where I don't know much about these guys.
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks.
This guy's KJ Henry. He looks pretty big, really tall, lengthy guy. Like probably looks like a Leonard Floyd type.
If Shithead puts him on the opposite side of TJ Watt, I think he can develop and if he can develop this guy, him and TJ Watt could be a pretty nasty duo.
Yeah, Rob Steelers need some pass rush.
Especially when he has to bench TJ Watt when he gets 4 sacks in the first half of the
Yeah,
first
what an
game of the
idiot.
season.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a superstar
What a
pass rusher, I don't think you really need
shithead.
another pass rusher to be honest, because they're gonna in the games that matter, they're gonna get there. So
Shithead.
if I were him, I'd go corner. I would reach for corner here.
Actually, Hold that thought.
Corners. I'm not too sure who the guys are.
Hold that thought for his next pick.
Okay. Saints. Jeez, that's a big man there. Ohio State's
A
loaded,
lot of these
man.
guys are big men.
Saints probably the Saints. So here's who Saints isn't gonna draft: quarterback, running back, wide receiver. They could draft the tight end here. They could draft the
I'd
tight
say their
end.
biggest
They could draft the
hole is
Jordan guy out of
linebacker,
Miami.
I think. Yeah, he could. That guy looks pretty cheesy.
Complete the offense
40.
if you want to go all offense.
Yeah.
What was his 40 time?
I want to say in the 4.5s.
It's not bad for a tight end.
That's
Holy
about
shit.
Noah Fant level, just about.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see what Noah Fant's doing. You can't go wrong
See
with
what
that
OG
pick
Howard
either.
can do.
Shithead here, Asante Samuel Jr. Yeah, that guy's pretty. His dad's pretty good. Is he as good as
That
his
is.
dad though? I don't know
And
about
he plays
that.
at Florida State, and Florida State has been relevant since crab legging.
Yeah, man. You probably Asante Samuel Jr. His dad played for the Eagles, right? Eagles?
Yes, sir.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you're gonna see guys pumping out kids here soon, so I guess this is probably gonna be one of the biggest ones. Asante Samuel's playing for a while too, even when I was a kid.
Shit.
So,
Yeah.
not bad here. Not bad pick by Shithead. So
Yeah, shithead
No.
can't go wrong with that.
the Browns. Where's this pick from?
This is my pick. I traded this with Savage Sam last year to get for his first last year, and I took Trey Smith with that pick.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oops.
That's a solid trade up, to be honest. Because I mean, I was getting I think Schmadbomber was after that. Then it was me after that. We both took tackles. So that was a good trade up in hindsight. Because at this spot here, you're not gonna get anyone as valuable as Trey Smith.
Yeah. And again, with the Browns, one of their only off.
Yeah,
There's
like
not
guys
much
like
more.
guys like a Joe Scobert and Christian Kirksey, right? Eventually, you gotta
Mhm.
put some. You gotta upgrade that position.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
get younger, more athletic players.
It's a weakness for sure.
That literally only can tackle within the first 5 yards. That's about it.
Miles Garrett
Titans.
gets so many sacks.
Yeah, Titans. He did a lot of work that roster needs a lot of help. He's definitely going corner for sure. He lost Malcolm Butler and Logan Ryan. He's drafting a corner. He might even trade up for a corner, dude.
The only thing I really know about this guy, he started as a true freshman at Oklahoma, but when you think of Oklahoma, you don't think of defense, so
Well,
take that with a grain of salt.
we'll see. I mean, you probably just gotta draft the best need or the highest need available, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Malcolm Butler and Logan Ryan old as shit. One of them walked. So, I mean, I think you do have to get corner if you want to keep that
He has a
quarterback room.
Dory Jackson, but you need 3 corners.
You do need 3 corners. Like, he ran man defense all in the playoffs, but you can't replicate that once your 2 of your corners dropped off like they did.
Yeah. That's definitely
A priority.
definitely true.
Next up, we got...
The Giants. Ooh, they get Tyreek Smith. Wasn't he the number 1 pass rusher coming out of high school?
A couple years ago, I believe he was.
Yeah,
He was a snake and went to Ohio State instead of Penn State, but that's besides the
Oh,
point.
that's right. Yeah, he was best friends with Micah, and then he snaked on him. Well, it's okay because he's playing for the number 1 team in the country. So,
Yeah.
Damn.
damn,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
depressing.
I mean,
but they need
if
another
he's,
guy other side of Snowden. Maybe
Yeah.
I
maybe
do
this
need
guy
pass rush.
maybe this guy can get superstar like Snowden because he couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest hole in the offseason, I couldn't get pass rushing guys, when I needed them the most. Just didn't have it, My defense was lacking in that aspect. 32nd in pass defense because my pass rush couldn't get there. So, hopefully that can improve. If this guy, if I keep this pick here, and if this guy's a move, what do you think, Milky? What's your draft insight on Tyreek Smith?
I mean,
Well, he's athletic for He was the best pass rusher coming out of high school. I know IRL, I'm not sure how he state yet because of obviously Chase Young, but maybe since Chase Young's suspended, we might see more of this guy. So
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
he very easily be the next in line behind Bosa, and Chase Young if he plans out to his potential.
Interesting.
You can't go wrong with this pick if he's here. I mean, he's legit. He's a legitimate first-round edge rusher at a legit program that pumps out great guys.
Yeah, I'd say if you can get him at 30, he might be a steal.
Yeah. And then you have the Jets picking a tackle here. The Jets kept this pick, correct? Yes.
They did, yep.
Yeah. So linemen, they need linemen to protect Fields.
Yeah.
I don't see him going running back. I don't see it.
Big Stanford
They
guy.
could pick a wide receiver though. I think he was saying he needs another wide receiver, but
true.
he needs linemen. I don't know any.
At the very least, this guy's from Stanford, so he's.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely a
At the very
smart guy.
least.
He's definitely gonna at least be an average starter. He's from Stanford. You got a center here. I mean I couldn't even tell you the last time I watched a Boston College game. But I guess if he's a first-round player at Boston College, he'd probably be like a top 10 pick had he not been at Boston College. So it's probably good value here. I mean, if anyone can actually tell me who the fuck this guy is, like you probably should be making the damn draft at this point. Like,
I will say that the 49ers do have one of the complete rosters in the league, so
yeah, they can make picks like this. So I wouldn't be too worried. They can draft a center at the end of the first. I mean, this pick has no value.
if you're gonna draft a center, that's one he needs. The end of the first round is the place to do it.
Hey, you could be Hulk Rugby. He did draft a center top 10 last year.
And then Chase Young fell.
Maybe do some research and find out this guy plays guard, and you never know.
Have yourself a cheesy guard. Easy.
Yeah, because I just don't think centers are worth it in Madden. But
no.
Even though centers might be your most important position.
IRL
on the line.
Yeah, in IRL they actually
typically
they direct the line movement. And, you know about it more than I do.
Yeah, they're probably worth it. But that's all I got for round 32. Do you guys got anything more? We're already almost 2 hours into this.
Nah, dude, the fucking Hawks-Niners game is close. Trying to see that.
Nice.
Now, hopefully we can get the slug draft moving tomorrow. Hopefully we can hang a lot of picks.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be harassing. So.
And all I have to say, if you're watching and you're not able to pick, be harassed.
You will be harassed.
You
might kick you if you take longer than 30 minutes, actually.
That'd be kind of hot.
Family emergency or not, dude.
You might have people led by Goldmorg outside your house with pitchforks.
Goldmorg will DM everybody, tell them to kick you if you take too long.
For sure. All right, guys, that's all I got. Set your draft boards like they said. I'll see you tomorrow.